Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Catherine Walters, and I'm the Joy Coach. And I am so excited to be hosting this year once again the Joyful You Summit. Only it's Joyful You too this time around. And the other thing is, I am invited over 21, actually, there's 22 amazing experts that are here to share their tips, tools, and strategies so that you can bring more play, laughter, fun, and experience and connect with your own authentic self and your authentic joy. Now, with me today, I have somebody who's going to make you smile. There she is. That's Valerie Sheppard. She's also known as the Sherpa of Happiness. She is. Okay. She is a multifaceted person. Just wait to hear this. I mean, she's a #1 best-selling author. Yay. She's also, this is amazing, which you don't necessarily realize, is because you wouldn't know. She's a catastrophic stroke survivor. She's an inspirational keynote speaker, a university lecturer, and a certified laughter yoga instructor, which is what we're going to focus on today. Her passion is life mastery, and she lives this, believe me. She teaches a program called 4-Step Happy to Be Me process, and it's in partnership with the University of California in Irvine. She is much loved and successful, and she has this wonderful class called Living 101. Being happy and whole. Now, doesn't that sound like a college course to take? Yeah, I'd love it, especially if I knew I was going to laugh and smile the whole time. And if you can see behind her, she has her book, her newest bestseller, which is Living Happy to Be Me. Hello, Valerie. Thank you for being here on Joyful You Too.
Thank you, Catherine. I am really excited to be here. This is my favorite topic. It's my raison d'etre, and I am really excited to be here. So
awesome.
Thank you so much for inviting me back.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. So, Valerie, from that brief bio that I went through, I mean, it's like you've had quite a story in your path to joy and happiness. You haven't, I suspect you've not always, but you've been smiling, but sometimes maybe smiling through the tears. And so I just love you to if you would share just a little bit about your journey.
Sure. This has been a magnificent journey. In fact, my mother and I were talking last night about the latest thing coming up for me. And we were saying, you've lived quite a charmed life. And I was like, yeah, I really feel like the road has risen up to meet me. Even through, a catastrophic hemorrhagic stroke, I've felt supported and safe and connected. And that's really special. But so in a snippets about my life. So military child, moved multiple times. I've had a corporate background, was a corporate vice president running $900 million worth of business, portfolio of different brands, stepped off of the corporate track to become an entrepreneur. And at the very front end of that entrepreneurial journey, it was more about acting and film and television and commercials and then just doing some consulting here and there. And it shifted. I had an experience that talked to me from a place of my deepest self, as you know, my spiritual self, my whole self, my higher self. And I got very interested in doing for a living what I felt passionate about all along, which is this, like being the master and commander, or mistress and commander of my life, and helping people understand what it means to master themselves as a part of mastering the evolution of their lives. And that's what the book's about. That's what I do in my retreats, and that's what I do with the University of California partnership.
Oh, fabulous, beautiful, and really well said. So, Valerie, I always love talking to you. Even before we got on the call, we're clowning around, we're laughing and going, Valerie, you didn't even start yet. You're making me laugh. And I don't remember what you even said. But it's just like that. You just, you laugh. How do we bring out that laughter and the joy in our fun selves? I mean, you seem like you're naturally connected to it.
Well, you know what? I love what you said, the way you put that. You didn't say, how do we make ourselves laugh? Which making someone laugh, A, it's hard to do, and B, it's coming from the outside in. And what is different in what I teach, what I stand for, what my book is talking about is inside out living. That everything we have is already within us. But the process then of our lives is not learning all this stuff out there and trying to bring it all in here and keep it going, and what more do I have to learn in order to be everything I came here to be, or the best of myself. It's more about what are the things out here that can be used to reignite, reconnect, renew, and trigger remembering the things that are implanted within us, the things that we naturally have. An acorn already has within it everything it needs to grow into the mighty oak, and that's us. It's already implanted. So the idea of where does my laughter come from, it's in you. The happiness that you seek is already in there. We just need to help you connect to the things that enable you to feel it the most, enable you to align with it the most, enable you to integrate that portion of you, that space within you, into every aspect of your living and breathing.
Oh, I love that. And that's what it is. And that's what you do. It's just like, laughter is as natural to you as breathing.
It feels like it.
Really, seriously. I mean, we talked before, but it really is. It's like, and of course, laughter is contagious. So why is that? I wasn't planning on asking that, but why is laughter contagious?
I think it's because my true belief is that it's in us to be expressed. And for whatever reason, people often have inhibitions that are fearfully contain this side of them. And so one hypothesis is that we are rewarded in the Western society, especially, we're rewarded for our intellects. We're rewarded for being able to solve problems. We're rewarded for being able to sort things out. And that's all head knowledge and head ability. And it's magnificent. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. We all need our brains. We all need our heads. We're less rewarded for our connection to our creativity, to our intuition, to our heart level feelingness. And laughter is connected to that. It does get connected to intellect. You hear a joke or you watch a funny movie, and when they're really, intellectually funny, that really touches certain people. But true, pure, whimsical laughter, which is the heart of my practice, really isn't triggered by the intellect. It's just allowed to flow. It's just allowed to flow. The impulse comes, the person allows it and lets it go. And I think when I was talking about inhibitions, one thing I wanted to say is, you probably know, I know a few people who don't like their mouths or their teeth or some aspect of what they think they look like to others when they're really laughing. People who laugh behind their eyes, or they go like this when they're laughing. And so we learn, I don't know when, it can be at a very young age, that it's not okay to be silly. And I'm here to say, not only is it okay, it's necessary.
Oh, I love that. And it is true. It's like some people, I love it when I can just be silly. I mean, like my cat, we are coming, he's back over there on the couch, and I'll pick him up and I make up silly names and that makes me laugh, or he does something silly and that makes me laugh. And it is, and nobody has to be here. It's just the beauty of just that laughter just arises, like you said, from inside, and you can't contain it, nor would I want to contain it.
Right. I mean, the power of laughter has been studied for decades. And there have been studies about laughter in and of itself, and then this other practice that I engage in that we can talk about called laughter yoga. But the benefits of laughter are amazing. I mean, there are physical benefits, there are emotional benefits, there are spiritual ones. So laughter is this language that everyone on the planet speaks. It's potentially the only language that is universal on the planet. We all have the ability to laugh. We all recognize laughter. We all engage in it, and we all enjoy the experience of laughter. But when you think about the physiological benefits, so believe it or not, laughter boosts your immunity. It lowers stress. It helps you release natural endorphins in the brain that have this elixir effect. It can relax your muscles. There are even studies that show that it's connected to reductions in heart disease.
Wow.
And that's just physiological.
Yeah.
So mental, your improves your mood, relieves stress, helps you relieve anxiety. There are a number of things. And of course, the biggest, most fun part is it connects you to others around you. When you can create laughter in a business meeting, when you can create laughter between you and somebody in a difficult situation, there's a heart connection that happens in that moment. And it's beautiful.
Oh, it is. It is. And I have to share this quote, Valerie, because you haven't said it yet. So if you want to comment on it, you can. But this is a laughter quote from Valerie, everyone, which is, she said, laughter is to joy like bubbles are to champagne. Don't you love that?
I love it.
Oh, I mean, it's
Am I allowed to love something I say?
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, you get to, absolutely. And she laughs too, but it is, it's like, that, I mean, that is so true because we're talking about joy here. And so it sounds to me that what you're saying is that laughter is like, it's a part of joy, just like bubbles are a part of champagne.
Well, yes. And champagne is a part of celebration. And although I could drink it every day, but typically it's part of celebration.
I love it.
The bubbles inside it, if it didn't have bubbles, it would be what? Wine, white wine. The bubbles are the essential nature of champagne as far as I'm concerned. It's the bubbles that make it itself. It's the bubbles that bring out the best of the champagne. I'm sure if I were a real vinophile, I'd be able to tell you all the things that the bubbles are doing scientifically and et cetera. But just from that analogy, that they really do contain the essence of that wonderful liquid. And so I would say that laughter is that to joy. Like joy without laughter could just look like a smile. It could just look like plain old happy. And believe it or not, joy is the exquisite, most expanded, most robust, most full nature of happy. It's like the divine energy of happy at its highest vibration. And to me, laughter is inside that. It's a part of going from happy all the way up to joy.
Oh, you are so right. And that's exactly why I picked joy for this title, is because that's what I wanted all of us to experience more of, especially in this world, I know in our world day to day now, because it's like we need that joy. And the thing is, it's available to us all the time because you said it's inside of us and the laughter is inside of us. So it's not like we have to go out trying to find it somewhere, which is really key. So tell us more, though, about laughter yoga. Because that's just such a part of you. And I think it's also a tool people can use with the tips you share to start to access that. So tell us about laughter yoga.
So I got involved in laughter yoga probably, I don't know, I'm going to say 8 years ago now. And it's a practice. The way I got connected to it was I was hosting an all-day Lighten Up and Let Go summit. And a friend of mine on Facebook said, have you ever heard of laughter yoga? Because I described the summit as there's going to be some deep release work, healing and release and forgiveness work at the beginning of the day. And then the second half of the day was going to be tapping into the space where that stuff was released from, filling it up with something. Like you have to replace it. The universe doesn't like a vacuum. So boom, that stuff goes and you replace it with something better. And he sent me a little message saying, would you like to have laughter yoga in your retreat? And I was like, I don't even know what that is, but I would like some. And so this person actually flew in here from Chicago and delivered an hour-and-a-half laughter yoga experience for my retreat, and I was hooked ever since. And then he connected me to right up the road, right up the road from me is a laughter yoga master and a laughter yoga club, which I got involved in. And since then, it has just become this glorious part of my day. And even when I don't have a class running and have students, it is a part of my practices for my mindful leadership of my business and my joyful leadership of my life. Mm. And so the essential nature of laughter yoga, it was created and doctor, medical doctor, and also a Bollywood actor named Madan Kataria. And Dr. Kataria had studied how laughter helps his patients heal, and he wanted to do something bigger. And he originally started with a group of people that would get together in a park, they would tell jokes, and they would laugh, and he wanted to know how it would help them with stress relief and anxiety relief and things like that. But what he found was that within a couple of weeks, they had told all the jokes. Nobody had new jokes. And he also found that they were engaging the left brain. It was too much around, I have to understand your joke. I even have to think it's funny. Like, maybe we don't see eye to eye on what's funny. And so people weren't really getting anything out of it. And so he shifted gears and he decided, what if it's about mirthful laughter, which means laughter that doesn't need to be connected to an intellectual experience, total right brain, total into creativity. So he took his yoga master knowledge and pranayama breathing and things like that with the body, together with this idea of improv. And as a Bollywood actor, like this whole improvisational fun and free-flowing games and stuff, and put them together, and laughter yoga was born. Mm-hmm. And so the practice of laughter yoga involves pranayama, deep breathing. So basically, mindfulness about your breath, the inhale, the exhale. There is body movement, but it doesn't have the asanas of regular yoga. So we're not holding postures and things like that. We're doing stretches to get the body warmed up, and then we do giggling and laughter as a part of improvisational fun. And then it closes with a laughter meditation and a blessing or an intention for a better world.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, I love the teaching of that. Okay, now, we're getting a back. I'm not sure. Can you hear that?
I just did. Did you hear it during when I was talking?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's more in mine, and I'm not quite sure why.
It's gone.
Well, yeah, it is gone. I have no idea what happened. Anyway,
Spirit came in to say, yay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, perfect. So here's a great practice from laughter yoga.
Okay, share.
Perfect timing. Okay, yeah. So when stuff like that happens, there's a warble in your world, okay? A warble. So in technology language, it's a reverb or some screens freeze or kooky stuff like that. And in my life today, I looked at my website and my webmaster's been doing some changes and they went live. So I'm really thinking, but so here's how you can do that. In between laughter yoga games, the transitional fun, where everyone's out doing their laughter yoga thing, the game, and we want to pull everyone back together before we start the next game, we do a transition. And the transition goes like this. Very good, yay!
So
very good, yay! And so that's like, yay, that thing is over and a new thing is coming in. And so what I've done that is, I think, unique to me, I'm not sure, is I've encouraged all my clients to take that very good, yay out of the laughter yoga experience and into life. So when I'm sitting in traffic and I'm thinking this is not where I want to be, how do I come into the present moment, accept, allow, and receive whatever's there for me right now? And there, the very good, yay helps me do that. When there are things going on that I'm like, okay, this is not at all what I want. How do I endure? How do I accept? How do I go into it instead of run away from it or erupt in a different way? Very good, yay. Very good, yay. And then I can engage. So it's kind of a way to anchor yourself in your vibrant energy instead of allowing yourself to slip down into a lower vibration. The higher the vibration of you, the higher the things that you attract. And so this practice can help you stay in a high vibration, even when all around you looks like something else.
Well, I love that. And the things that, and you're like I am, in that we like to bring things into the practical. We take what we learn other places and then we bring them into our daily lives, because that's the only way it makes sense. And plus the other piece is it helps us to live our lives from that higher vibration, which is what we want, because then we do, like you said, attract those even more of what we do want. And so we don't have to go down that rabbit hole or spiral and, down to the deep doo-doo. Well, seriously, so this is a great way to shift and not even go into those, to recognize, like in traffic, as you said, that, oh, this is not what I really want here, and do this practice of very good yay, and shift it. And we could teach our children that too, which would be awesome.
It really is important. So I talk about to go from this place of head knowledge, right? I know what I should be doing. I know what I could be doing, into how do you drop it from knowledge into embodied wisdom? Like people say knowledge is power, and I say, no, I don't believe that. Power is knowledge put into action. So that's when it becomes wisdom, and wisdom gives us the greatest power in our lives. And so the very good yay is a part of an embodied practice of being a lighter soul, being a lighter being on the planet. Yeah. Like not taking every single situation so seriously, not taking ourselves so seriously. And so going from, okay, I know I should laugh more, or I can laugh more, to the practice of laughter, remembering when to bring it in, to mastery, like actually saying, I'm going to do it in this time and place, to embodiment, where it happens and it's second nature, and you don't even realize, oh yeah, I'm doing that very good yay thing. It's just a part of how you do you doing your life.
And that's beautiful, because it's like, I love it how you talked about taking that head knowledge and bringing it down, really, because we need to bring it down into the heart, but also down fully into the body. And because that's where it can do its good.
We walk in it, and we walk as it. And that means it's birthed into the planet, and it creates a ripple effect. Head knowledge, I don't believe, creates a ripple effect. It just sits in there until you get the next notebook or the next book, and it hangs out in there. But when you're embodying the wisdom, then the ripple effect is all around you, and people are feeling your energy and going, I want some of what she had. Like that famous scene from the movie When Harry Met Sally. And so
absolutely.
Substitute, she's laughing instead of feigning an orgasm.
Right. Well, exactly. But that's the piece. And it's what I love about it is it's so easy to integrate. I mean, you may not, especially when you're talking about the practice of the very good yay, the last thing in a way that we want to do is laugh. And yet that's exactly where we need to go, because then it will keep our energy high, and we'll be able to let that other thing go and come back, and like you said, into the present moment, which is again a really key point.
Well, yes. And sometimes the laughter turns into tears. So the first time that I did laughter yoga, we were on the beach in Laguna Beach. That's where the Laguna Laughter Club meets. And it was the first time I did it. And we were doing laughter, and we were playing, I don't remember what game it was we were playing. And I was laughing, and all of a sudden I was crying. Like I spent probably the better part of 30 minutes crying. And I bring that up to say, there are things inside of us that aren't serving us.
Right.
And for whatever reason, they got stuck. And anything that we can do that supports us to say bye-bye, farewell, thank you for what you've brought into my life, and I'm ready to release you now and transform that energy into something that serves us better, that's great. So sometimes if you've got some stored sadness, some stored misery, some stored, I think what I was tapping into was some deep weariness and sadness, despair. That's the word I was looking for, some deep despair. And it wasn't the outer experience of my life, but it was somewhere in there, which if you're carrying that stuff somewhere in there in your subconscious, it's mucking up your vibration. The muck and yuck that gets stored inside of us lowers our vibration. Yep. So the beauty of laughter is it can raise your vibration just by feeling it, but it can also raise your vibration by helping you tap into that little pocket of pain and like, boom, like a bubble, exploding it, the bubbles in the champagne again, boom, exploding it, and it releases. Now, when it releases, it's going to come up through you. So, don't be alarmed. Be actually grateful and happy, because something that needed to get out is moving up and out. And if you can receive, allow, trust that it's for your highest good, flow with it, and get back into the laughter. Wow. Let me tell you, it was a wow experience for me. It was a wow experience for me. That was the moment that I said, I want to teach this. Like I went to the first class on the beach. I had this wow moment, and I said, okay, that's it. I want to teach this and integrate it into my life and my practice.
I love that, because it's like, I know I'm a regular traditional asana yoga teacher, and yet I also always like to bring laughter, not the same to the same extent that you do, but laughter into my yoga class, because people take, they tend, is again that head stuff. We take we just bring that competitive spirit onto the mat, or eat whatever, and so we can lighten it up with a little laughter. And it's like I joke around and say I take yoga seriously. I do, but I laugh. I mean, it's like I don't take yoga seriously. Whatever. It's just that I just make it. I always want people to have some sort of a laughter release moment, and that's a wonderful thing. And the way you described it was perfect. So
it's really important what you're saying, because I'm a yoga practitioner too. It's taken me years to find a class that really works with my body. But after the stroke, I really did not want to do. I got to the point where I was like, I cannot do another typical physical therapy class. I just couldn't do it. And so I've been doing things that like help my body come back that aren't in a physical therapy thing. And so I found a yoga class that I love. And I will agree with you, it is so much fun when I'm trying to get into a posture or hold a posture to be able to laugh at myself.
Absolutely.
And it's so awesome. And I know that in the past, I've taken it so seriously and looking around the room, and my body's not as flexible as their body, and doing that competitive thing that you were just mentioning, and then also competing with myself. I haven't gotten further. I haven't gotten far enough on this journey, and I don't know enough. I can't do it well enough. And what's wrong with me? I'm still stuck. And it's so nice to be able to go, yes, I'm stuck,
Exactly. Or, and it's so important. And I think it's really important, like what we're sharing is to hopefully inspire people that, give yourself permission to lighten up everywhere, in your yoga class, in your Qigong class, in, wherever, even in your meditation, which is something we don't have too much more time. I'd love for you to talk about laughter as meditation, because most people think of, sitting quietly, that, they have to sit, they have to calm their mind, quiet their mind. And it's very difficult to do, even though we know it's a practice. So tell us a little bit more about laughter meditation.
Laughter meditation is simple. You just start laughing. And then you laugh for 20 minutes. And then you do some deep breathing to allow your body to reset itself. And then you go about your business. I get on routinely, not every day, but I routinely get on laughter meditation calls in the morning, 8:00 in the morning. A bunch of us get on. Half the time we don't know who's on the call until we introduce ourselves at the end. You just start laughing. And that contagious nature of laughter, where it triggers and connects to what's already inside you, is allowed to blossom. You don't necessarily have to have other people. You just have to trust the impulses within you and go with them. You just have to say, oh, it's coming. And if you find that you just start laughing, and then before you know it, you're laughing, and it's real. It is just as real as laughter that is at a joke or something else, if you just allow yourself to relax and go with it.
And of course, the benefits that we receive are similar to the ones that you mentioned earlier about laughter yoga and laughter in general. But how does it even deepen more with laughter meditation? It seems like it would be when the whole focus is on laughter.
It's all the same.
Okay.
Anytime that you're engaging in laughter, and that the whole idea about laughter yoga as a practice and laughter meditation as a practice is that the studies show that there's a threshold. Like there's a threshold that you'd like to get up to that incorporates laughter long enough. So contiguous laughter of 20 minutes is generally the threshold. You would like to be going that long where it really blossoms into this elixir effect in the body and in the brain, and helps reduce stress and other things.
Right.
Promotes, when you're with other people, it promotes group bonding and all that. But it typically is for the physiological and mental effects. It's 20 minutes is the threshold.
That makes sense, and that I'm glad you had clarified that. So, Valerie, you've shared a number of practical tips and tools already. Is there anything else that you want to share along that line, or would you like to just jump into what your free gift is for everyone?
I would like to. The last thing I would like to share is to remember that the essence of you is pure joy, pure love, and pure peace. And whatever practices help you embody that knowingness, that essence of you, I give them a thumbs up and say, go for it and keep going for it. And I hope that laughter is one that you will incorporate. And my free gift, yay!
Yes, exactly. Perfect example of that. Thank you for the review. Excellent. You're definitely a teacher.
Okay, so the free gift is, so we've talked about meditation, and I have done a meditation CD. It has a happiness meditation on it, tapping into the happiness within you. It also has a purposeful meditation. And so there are a couple of meditations in this collection, and I'd like you to be able to access that as your free gift.
Oh, beautiful. Especially if we get to laugh with you, but and just connect to that happiness and the sound of your voice and see the smile on your face. I think that will really, it does make a big difference when you've connected to the person, and they've been able to see you, because that's why I'm so glad this interview is video, because we need to see people like you who are just even with everything that's happened in your life, you are so totally embodying what you talk about, and also embodying the laughter and the joy and the love that you are. So thank you, Valerie. It is just such a pleasure and honor to be with you and to talk with you. I certainly want to do this again and again because it's just funners. And everyone, just come back and listen to Valerie's interview. Please make sure that you get the free gift that she's offered and go on to her website, check it out, get her book, because it's fabulous. Again, the title is
Living Happy to Be Me, Dancing Your Soul Light Style.
Ooh.
Light style. Lighten up and let go, people.
Exactly. So make sure you check out our book and just really I hope today that you just laugh and laugh and laugh. Okay. Maybe if you don't make 20 minutes, okay, but just laugh your heart out, and just let's share that laughter everywhere you go. So many blessings until I see you again. Namaste.
Namaste.